I'm about to challenge some marketing claims about this DeWalt FlexVolt grinder. After 3 decades of being burned by tools that promise everything and deliver nothing, I'm gonna give you the honest, brutal truth. No fluff, no corporate speak, just the brutal, honest truth. Let's go. First of all, this video is not sponsored. We didn't get this tool for free. I had to pay for it. It's the tool only. And this is the DeWalt DQG418. It's one of their latest, greatest offerings in their grinder series. And they claim that this grinder will give you corded power in a cordless format. The tool itself, just this tool, was $279. And then, you know, you gotta have a battery and a charger and all that stuff. Now we have a large DeWalt platform. We just upgraded a lot of our batteries too. So check out some of our other videos that show some of the batteries that we just purchased for some of our larger tools. Along with those larger tool purchases, we got an additional bonus battery, the 6 amp hour FlexVolt battery, which actually is a really good mating or pairing for this tool here. So that's the one we're gonna use today. I've already used it and I'm gonna show you the power it has, and I already kind of have an opinion about this tool, but I still wanna show you guys the whole run through on what we have, why we have it, and some of the grinder parts and discs and wheels that we use. So let's talk about one of the coolest things about this grinder, which I've never had the capability of doing before. This grinder came with the grinder itself. It did not come with this diamond wheel. It just came with a standard grinder wheel, a 4.5 inch grinder. Okay, so you can use this as a 4.5 inch grinder, but one of the things that really I was attracted to was that you can also use it as a 6 inch grinder. So they included a 6 inch protection guard along with the 4.5 inch one, which gives you another 3/4 inch of depth of cut, which also will allow your blades to last a little bit longer if you're using the larger format discs. So we haven't used this one yet. I don't have any 6 inch discs here. We've always had a 4.5 inch grinder, and I only have 4.5 inch parts for my grinder, 4.5 inch discs and wire wheels and things like that. So I'm kind of excited to try this out, but not today because they only included a 4.5 inch grinder disc. They didn't include any 6 inch ones, which, you know, they gave us the guard. Why didn't you send us a 6 inch disc to try out as well? Also included is a handle which you can screw into either side of the grinder for fatigue reasons, or you just want to hold it here instead of trying to hold it right here. It's kind of a nice feature that usually these get put in the toolbox and stored away. We don't use them too often, but it's nice to have. And then one other kind of unique feature, there's a blade lock on the top of the tool right here. That locks the shaft for your blade changes. Now, they included like a 6 inch Allen key with the grinder, which I have already lost. I've already lost it. There's no room for onboard storage for that Allen key, and I can't find it. I'm usually pretty good about those kind of things. I usually put it in a safe place. I thought I did because I put all this stuff in a safe place, right? But for some reason, the Allen key's missing. So I happen to have this Allen key instead. It's just a smaller version of what they had. So what I thought was interesting was it shows you how to lock and unlock the tool. You just put the Allen key in here like this, and you push in on the blade lock, right? And then you turn this. That's what loosens this up. And then you can pull your 4.5 inch blade, disc, whatever, off the tool. The reason I bought this tool, we have another grinder on our job site, and it's cool. It's a Bosch. Oh, look what Bentley found. I'll be darned. The other day we were looking for this and we could not find it. We had one of these, and these are a Bosch grinder, and they're called the X-Lock. Now this is kind of a cool grinder because all you do to change your blade is you don't go through all that and lose the key. You just pull this up. Okay, your disc comes right off. Then when you're ready, you can grab some different discs. You have to have a special head on your disc or else it won't lock back in. So then you just put it on here, and to put it on, you just push down on it. It's on. I wish that DeWalt had this head on their grinder too. The problem is, for me to be able to do what I had to do, I had to cut that stone over there to create a spot for our staircase to sit, because the way that we build our stairs is not the same way that the previous deck builder built their stairs, and there was stone that was in the way. I needed a diamond coated disc to be able to cut stone with. Home Depot does not have an X-Lock disc in a diamond format. If I could just combine these two, I would have been good to go. I wouldn't have had to go buy this grinder. So that's why I have this new grinder, okay? Now I've used these to cut through concrete, to cut through areas that I needed to bust into for footings and things like that. I've used it to trim concrete edging and things like that. So that's a really handy feature. You can see this thing's pretty dusty. I wiped it down a little bit, but you can still see there's a lot of dust on the top of this thing. So it did get a good workout the other day, but that's all I've done with it is cut stone. This diamond blade was brand new and it just cut like butter. It was like, boom. I wish I would have had that 6-inch disc on here because I could have cut a little bit deeper into the stone because the stone was pretty thick. So if you're putting this diamond blade on here, you're only gonna have about 1.25 inches before you hit this head of your grinder that you can cut in. Then the rest is gonna be hand chisels and things like that. And please leave a comment below if you guys have a question. Don't forget to hit subscribe while you're at it. I have a whole grinder case full of different discs that we just keep in our trailer at all times. Quick tip for you guys. If you have a lot of discs and you don't really have a place to store them, a 1/2-inch bolt will just hold everything together. The 1/2-inch nut went away, but I had this little piece right here, so I just stuck it on the end. But it kind of holds everything together so it doesn't roll around and get so messed up. So I'm just gonna pick a cutoff blade. Let's choose like a grinding wheel. So I think that came with the grinder. So we have a cutting blade, we have a grinding wheel. This is kind of a unique installation nut. It has a track. There's a couple keyways in the shank here. So you put those on the keyway and then you spin it on. So it's kind of a unique install on that. I also have a standard tensioning key. Okay, so now that's nice and tight. Now we can go ahead and test this grinder out and see how it does. All right, so got my grinder. I've got a cutoff wheel on here. This is a Diablo Steel Demon metal cutoff cutting disc, 4.5 inch. So I've got some standard screws in here that we would probably do a lot of cutting in particular instances. And then I have some thicker Fasten Master ledger locks, and we'll see if we can, how we cut through those. And then maybe we'll take the grinding wheel, put it on, and then we'll shave these down to the metal. So I'll cut them a little bit high and we'll see how this works. And then after that, I also have a stainless steel 1/2-inch bolt, and I thought we'd try to cut through that a couple times and see how well it does with this disc. I don't think it's gonna have any problems, but you never know. So let's go ahead and get going on it. Let me grab a clamp. So those all worked really well. I'm gonna go ahead and shave them a little closer to the wood. And then let's go ahead and clamp this up there, and be careful. When you cut metal, it can get really hot and it can burn. All right, got that clamped down nice and tight. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and cut into this 1/2-inch stainless steel bolt. Cut through it just fine. I'm just gonna make one more cut with it. That works just fine. Now that that's all done, I kind of left this one high, so I was just gonna throw this other grinding disc on here and see how we do. Again, here's like a universal grinder wheel remover. It's universal, but it doesn't work with this one, never mind. So let's see if we'll just grind these flat. Right into the wood. So that did a great job of that. Has plenty of power. I mean plenty. there is no doubt in my mind that this tool has just as much, if not more power than a standard angle grinder does. All right, just for giggles, we're gonna take one of these screws, and now we're gonna go ahead and just grind it all the way down to the wood. All right, well, it's a pretty impressive tool. Now, it does say that there's some perform protect on here, like a brake. I see the brake part, it does a quick slowdown, so when I hit this trigger, it kind of stops a little bit faster than some angle grinders. They just spin down. Like a lot of guys I've seen, the way they slow down a grinder is once it's done winding, they put it on a piece of material to stop it, but this one kind of has a brake in it, so it kind of slows down a lot faster than a standard grinder will. So that's got something kind of cool going for it. If you want to direct where the sparks go, there's a spring-loaded tensioner right here on the guard and some notches in it, so you can turn it and it locks in at different angles so that you can direct the spray of sparks so like they don't get all over your arm like they did on mine. Just a cool little feature. So there's some really cool stuff packed into this tool, probably worth the money. I'm sure we'll have this for the rest of our career if we don't lose it. All right, guys, if you want us to review your deck and have it potentially shown on our channel, don't forget to submit it in the link below. Oh, and please don't forget to check out our podcast. There's a link below to that as well. We have over 20 episodes now, and there's some really great people on and some good listens, a lot to learn there as well about some of the people that are in our industry, professional tradesmen and sales reps and that kind of stuff. And don't forget, guys, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.